Hi, and welcome to the Sask Music Indigenous History Month interview series. My name is LJ Tyson, and I'm joined today with producer extraordinaire Travis Beatty. Travis, how are you?
I'm good, good. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for joining us here today. I do want to talk to you, a lot about the recent endeavor that you've got involved in, which is music production.
Yeah.
But before we jump into that, just to give our viewers a little background, Travis, where are you from?
I'm from Timber Bay, Saskatchewan. It's up north, about 3 hours from Saskatoon, hour and a half from Timber Bay. People come up for fishing on Montreal Lake all the time, if anybody kind of knows the area. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm from. That's home. That's where I grew up and lived till I was about 15. Moved to Prince Albert when I was 15. Went to high school there for a couple of years, and then been here since last year.
Awesome. So, with being like a musician from the north, what was it like getting your start, and how did you get your start in music? Especially being from a northern community where it can kind of be hard to crack into that Saskatchewan vibe of music.
Yeah, it was fun. That's interesting. Trying to come in, I really like a lot of the music I listened to growing up was kind of like Nashville recorded stuff. Like it's like non-Canadian stuff, right? And if it was Canadian, it was Tom Cochrane and Bryan Adams, and these big Canadian artists. But like a little bit into childhood, I kind of got into the northern musicians and realized that there is a place for people like me, right? There's a spot for Indigenous people that want to play music. And I think the first band was probably New Horizon. And then I got into a band called Breach of Trust. There's a few, and Nonsense, your old band Nonsense, I got into from Northern Spirits. It's a nice little program for youth that helps youth get on stages and kind of get their feet, trying to, I guess, just figure out who they are artistically is a good way to put it. Figure out who they are, what they want to do, if the arts is even something they want to do. So I know people that went there and were like, oh man, I love that place, but I'm a carpenter. And
Right. I want to be a doctor or something like that.
Yeah. There are people that really, really wanted to just try it. I think it's important to try things, especially as an Indigenous person in the North, right? And it was just something I tried coming up while getting into these bands.
And you tried it and you were successful with it. I mean, I've been talking to a lot of northern musicians for this interview series, and it's strange to build a brand and a name for yourself and have success in northern Saskatchewan and it not translate to southern Saskatchewan. It's almost like it's two provinces.
Yeah, it really does kind of work. It works like that. Like I know people who get work constantly up, like even down south, and they can't get it up north, or up north and they can't get it down south, right? Like we have our friends that I'm sure we could both think of people, right? So it's like it's a process. It's a process trying to get going in Saskatchewan because there's so many different people in this. Everybody's talented, right? Everybody's coming up here is amazing at what they do. They're amazing at mixing. They're amazing at producing or singing, writing songs, set design. Like every stage around here looks beautiful. Every live sound, every stage we go to sounds beautiful. Whether it's in Beauval or Saskatoon, right? It all sounds amazing, and it all is up here. So it's kind of hard to poke our heads, right? To poke our heads through this vast array.
The more we work, the easier it becomes for people coming up to start building those bridges. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
And your work as a producer is going to help these people tremendously. Why I'm so happy and so proud to see your new endeavor, which is you're a recording engineer now. And so you've taken all your experience and started giving back in a way to other artists. And you've been a lot of artists, either first studio that they've recorded out of, or you're helping them work on their next single. How did you get into production? Sorry.
I have friends that were into production. I had friends that talked a lot about how people recorded things, like how things were recorded. Like this was recorded in a school. This was recorded here. these guys set up microphones all throughout the room to catch David Bowie's voice as he yelled louder, right? It was just, and that kind of fascinated me, so I wanted to get into it. I wanted to learn the point of it and like how far things have to be put and how far you can stretch a recording before it turns into just, right? So it's just a fascinating art form. It's cool being able to stretch things out in my programs or whatever, or just in person, like being able to stretch a musician out or ask a musician to calm down. Like I have a friend who we recorded in Reyes, and he's a drummer who can sit down. And Zach, like you've played with him, right? Zach's your best friend, and he's like, I was recording with him there, and he was giving me these shredded parts when all I needed was like, because this bass is doing something and the guitars are doing something, and it's fun learning the dynamics of why they have to do simple things and why those things have to lay back so these things can jump up, and then there's sections of songs where these things go down, and then maybe the drums have their fill time, right? And I think it's just fun learning to stretch these things as far as you can.
And it's another art form. I mean, a lot of people don't realize production is an art form. It's not just this technical thing. I mean, you can put your own personal spin on everything. What would be your advice to a young Indigenous person like yourself who wants to get into production?
Listen to a lot of music, and with headphones on. It has to be, you have to listen to it with purpose. It has to be just you and the music, right? I think you have to, like, these are just my thoughts. It's not objective, but I think that you have to have like some sort of connection with the music, right? You have to have some sort of personal, it has to connect to something from your childhood or something that's in your heart, right? And if you put headphones on, listen to this and kind of understand it, learn to understand what you love, it kind of helps you understand how to make something you love, right? And that kind of has to come before you even get a computer and a program and a microphone. And you can like get a microphone and just start micing things and having fun. That's the way to do it. That's another approach, right? But I think that it's more important to have your brain down, right? To understand yourself and how you create. Maybe you create by setting the microphones up in certain ways, I guess, right? Maybe some people, the engineering is the art form. And it's just, everybody's different, but I say learn what you love and learn like the basics of what that is. Learn the building blocks of whatever you love, and then figure out how to manipulate these to your own will. Whatever those are, like whether it's microphones or sounds or notes, right? Whatever, I guess, catches your ear or your heart, your brain, whatever fascinates you.
You're so smart. Like, I know there's other production people out there that are just like, yes. But it can get kind of super technical for someone like me. I appreciate the work you do so much, Travis. Thank you for uplifting young Indigenous people. If people want to work with you, where can they find you on social media?
Facebook, Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't use really anything but Facebook and Instagram right now, but I'm working on that stuff. And you can follow me on Instagram. Pretty much everything I do is on there. If I'm working with someone, I'll kind of post it on my story sometimes, or I'll upload a picture or like just a snippet if the artist gives me kind of like just permission to show a little bit of their music online, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. But yeah, Instagram, Travis_Beatty. It's kind of easy to find.
I hope you get so much business from this.
Thanks for inviting me.
Anytime, man. Thank you very much.